Hi everyone, in today's how-to video, I want to show you how to use Spotify. It's a music streaming service. It's free to use with some paid options that we'll cover in this video. And I'm going to show you how to use Spotify in pretty much any platform. So they have a desktop app for Mac and PC. You could use it on a browser at spotify.com. And they have mobile apps for iOS and Android. I'll kind of cover it in a very clear way in this video. And if you've never used any streaming music platform, just imagine tens of millions of songs available to you to stream at any time. And with the paid option, you could actually listen to them offline, meaning you don't have to have an internet connection. With the free option, you do because you have to streaming online. You can't have offline listening to music. But we'll cover all that in this video. We'll start here on the mobile app since most people use Spotify on mobile. And towards the end of the video, I'll show you the desktop app too. But they all sync up together. So on your account, whatever you do on mobile will show up on the desktop. So download and open the app. On this page, you could sign up for free. I'll type in my email and confirm. And you do have to type in your date of birth because this is a 12+ app. And you do have to choose a name, and this is how you will appear on your Spotify profile, and I'll press create. And on the very first page, so Spotify could make recommendations for you, you could go ahead and pick 3 different artists here to start, or you could go ahead and search on top. So I'll go ahead and search the Beatles here, for example, and select that, and you get the idea. And press done. And this is your home page of the app. So look on the bottom, you have just 4 different icons here. And we'll basically go through those, but let's explore the homepage here. So there are playlists here like the top 50 US or global that show up on top. So if I select this here, I could go ahead and click shuffle play, and it basically takes that playlist of the top 50 and plays them for me. So if I press shuffle play, I'm gonna have this on mute, but as you can see right now, it's actually playing it, and I could press pause to pause it. But the shuffle play brings that little playlist right here. If I click it, it opens up like this, and usually it has a video attached to it that it'll play. And here I could kind of go ahead and skip through songs here by pressing move forward. We're going to explore this page in a second. I'll just go ahead and pause this, and I'll press the down arrow here to minimize. Now let's go back to the home icon, and now you have a new section on top, recently played. So everything you recently play will show up right on top here on your homepage. Let's keep going on the homepage. Try something else. We'll kind of give you recommendations, again, based on your activity on Spotify. Right now, I have no activity besides the 3 artists that I picked. So it's just showing me different Beatles album because that's one of the artists I pick on the homepage. But as you start using it, it will use the algorithm here in Spotify and get smarter and smarter and recommend things that fit your taste better. It will also create different mixes for me. So I chose Coldplay and Beatles on the first page. So it's going to create mixes for me based on that. Again, as you use it more and more, it's going to refine this a bit more. And you have podcasts too. This is not just a music streaming service. So for example, there's a bunch of different podcasts here to choose from on the homepage. We'll explore searching for different things too in a little bit. And then you have recommendations for today. So this is going to change each day. And then you have suggested artists here too, again, based on my Spotify account. So it's going to have some things based on, again, my picks from the beginning, like Elvis and the Eagles and so on. And then you have popular new releases, you have popular playlists, and you could explore the rest of this trending now. That's basically the homepage where you could find a lot of music that you really like, because it's going to alter it just for you based on your activity. So let's jump into the search icon here. And the search icon is really nice and organized. Everything by category here. So your podcast, new releases, top charts here, everything into these nice icons. So you could search by mood, for example, and see, again, a different kind of a playlist based on that. If I go back to the top charts here, I could see the top 50 again. I could see the viral 50 in the US. I could click that and I could play the shuffle right here. Now shuffle just plays them randomly, and you could skip through as many times as it lets you on the free version, but with the paid version you could skip as much as you like. You could also search for different artists, songs, and podcasts right on top here. So for example, if I search on top here for a specific artist, I could go ahead and select their name here, and then I could see the popular songs under their name. Another nice thing is when you jump into an artist page, you could go ahead and follow them here. So you could press the following tab and follow that artist, and they'll show up in your library, which we'll go through in a second. And so if I choose that song now, it will just start playing that song right on the bottom of the page. I'll go ahead and pause for now. You also have the three dots when you search this way. If you press the three dots next to an individual song, you could go ahead and like something. So you could add that to your like songs. Again, we'll look at it in the library. You could also add it to a playlist or a queue. So I'll add it to a queue here. We'll talk about playlists in a little bit. Let me go back to this page. So that's the search option on top where you search for a specific artist. Same thing with podcasts. So if you look up a podcast here, like TED Radio Hour, I could select that and it basically looks the same way where you could see all the different episodes here and you could go ahead and play them. And it will just play right here on the bottom again. I'll pause it. Now let's go to the library tab here. And this is a page that you're going to use all the time because you're going to have your playlists here where it's going to show the songs that you liked. So just like I showed you how to give a song a heart, that's going to appear right here. You have the artist tab. Now here it's going to show the artists that I picked when I signed up for the app in the beginning, the first page, and the ones I favorited on the app. And then there's albums too. As you like albums, they will appear here. So liking songs will just create a playlist of liked songs. So you could create a playlist that way. But we really want to look at creating playlists from scratch. So we're going to press plus here. And let's say this is our road trip playlist. You could also name it whatever you want. This is just whatever you want to use to remember this playlist. Press create. And here I don't have any songs on this playlist just yet, so I'll have to go ahead and press add songs. And then if I just go ahead through these songs or go ahead and use the search option, I could go ahead and press the plus sign right next to them and it will change this recommendation every time I add a new song. So as you could see, I could go ahead and add as many songs as I want. This also lets you go left and right here on this page too, to see different options here and even see the songs that you liked previously, and you could add those to the playlist as well. So really useful page here for creating playlists, but there is also the search option. So if you search for a specific song or a specific artist here, you could go ahead and add the songs that way to your playlist. Let me press X to get out of this page and let's go back to our library by just clicking the library tab. And as you could see, I've created my road trip playlist. And if I jump on there, these are the songs that I've added to it. And I could add more songs right on top here, or I could press play and the shuffle will begin. Again, it won't play in the order in the shuffle formats. It'll just play whatever song is in the playlist randomly, but you could go ahead and jump around and change it here if you like. And it's going to give you the total time of the playlist, 21 minutes. Very useful on top. Now let's jump into an individual song. So one is playing right now. I'll click it right here and I'll jump into this song here. And let me pause it just to show you what's available on this page. So usually you either have the album cover or the music video that will play in the background of the song that you chose, or that's playing in the shuffle on a playlist. Again, the press play and pause is here. Going backward and forward on the playlist is available next to play. You could favorite a song by pressing the heart. That'll show up on that liked playlist. And you have the three dots on top here to add it to a playlist or add it to queue so it will play up next. So if I press go to queue right here, you could see the songs that I added to queue will show up right over here. So it's now playing, next in queue will play next, and so on as you go through this. I'll press X. On the three dots again too, you could also share. So you could press share to share with someone else. And the one option I can't show you is typically somewhere right here, you will see an option for playing offline or downloading the song. That only comes with the premium version, which I'm not showing you here. So that's one of the useful options with the premium version, where you don't have to stream music. You could download them and listen to them without an internet connection. You could also set a song to loop. So that's that loop option on the side of the page. I'll turn that off here. So there's the premium tab also, so you could see more about what the premium one gives you right here. These are the different options you have for individual students and family. So if you wanted to upgrade, those are available to you here. But let me go back to the home page because I want to show you something in the settings gear. That settings icon right on top, click it. And here there are a couple of useful options. So if you have kids in the car, for example, and the explicit content option, you could select that and you could go ahead and turn this on or off depending on your use of the app. So that's available here. I wanted to show you that. Then under playback on this settings page, there's a useful option to crossfade songs. So if you're playing this as a playlist at a party, for example, you might want to give this a 2-second or so 3-second crossfade, so one song fades into another song so there is no pauses between songs. Very useful options here, and some more advanced ones underneath that. And on a Mac or a PC, you could go to Spotify.com, sign into your account, the same one you created on mobile, or you could just create one here. And you could go ahead and launch the web player here. So look for this option and click it. And it basically takes you to the same account, the one I created on the phone. And this is what the web version of this looks like. The desktop version looks a lot like it with some more options. So you could go ahead and press install the app here, and it'll install it for Mac or PC. But basically you have the same options here. You have your home option where the recently played and the same list that you saw on mobile will show up here, so you could explore those. You have your search and library, the same options you had to look for songs or playlist or explore from all these that are created for you. And your library, again, will sync up between your mobile app and the website or the desktop version. So you could see this is the road trip playlist that I made on my phone and it's showing up over here, but I could always create new playlist here on my desktop and go through this process of creating another playlist, and it will show up on my mobile device. And you do have this useful option on top again to look for playlists for podcast artists or albums. That's nicely organized on top. And the way you would play any song here is you would go ahead and select the song. So I'll select the song that I liked. I'll press play on it, and it's playing right on the bottom here. You could see the timer going, and I have the same options here to skip the song and go to the next one on my queue list. I could go ahead and heart a song here. I could go ahead and put this on loop, or I could go ahead and enable shuffle. So those are all my options available on the desktop. And finally, this is Spotify app on the desktop. So this is for Mac, for PC it looks the same. So it looks a little bit different than it looks on Spotify.com. So we looked at the mobile app, we looked at Spotify.com, and now this is the desktop app. You do have the same options here. The home option pretty much looks the same. And you do have a browse option, which kind of looks like that search option we looked at. And you have a radio option here that you didn't have on the other apps. So this option actually lets you play these created playlists here like a radio station. You could still skip songs. Again, there's limits on how many you could skip, but you could go ahead and press any one of these, press play on it, and it'll play here just like a radio station. So that's very useful here on the desktop. And you have your library option here. Again, recently played is here, liked songs, albums, the same stuff that we've looked at before. And your playlists are gonna show up here on the left side, and you could always press new playlist right here to create your own. I hope you found Spotify useful. Let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and please give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.